Alright, what's up guys? So today's gonna be the first video. This is gonna be the first video of functions. I might have 2 or 3 different videos about this. But basically what functions are is they're a set of instructions that can be used multiple times in the script, right? Once you have a function defined, you can use it over and over again if you need to, right? So basically right here I have 3 sets of instructions for this part, which I've defined as part, right, in my script. So part equals workspace.part, that's this part right here. And then I have 3 set of instructions, right? I have part.size equals it grows apart, it expands apart to 333. I have the transparency right here. This makes the part halfway transparent, so it'll be see-through but not completely invisible. And then this one, the last line, line 5, changes the color from whatever it is right now to red. Okay. If I had to run that once, boom, as you can see, it grows to like a perfect cube, and it's halfway, it's see-through, right? And if I replace the part here, you can see the part through, right? And the color is now red. Okay. So let's say I also had another part, right? And I call this part part 2 in the here, right? For me to get part 2 to have the exact same appearance as part 1, I would have to literally, so first of all we gotta define part 2. That one you have to do it, regardless. So part 2 equals workspace.part2, right? But now if I want part 2 to have the exact same appearance as part 1, I would literally have to do everything again, copy and paste everything again, and then just replace part 1 with part 2, and that can be a problem. Not a problem, but it's time consuming. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're wasting time copy and pasting, right? I mean, eventually it works, right? But that's inefficient. So the way to do this quicker is through a function, okay? So to define a function, we define it like this. So function change part, and then we do this, add the parentheses, and then we indent, and then it's gonna give us end right here. If you were to write that in a regular script, it's gonna, like, once you indent, it's gonna automatically put the end there for you. So look, function, change part, and if you were to indent, it just puts the end there for you. But since I'm scripting inside of the end command plugin, link down below if you guys want to get the plugin. It's 125 Robux. It's not free. But yeah, since I'm using it in the plugin, I have to like manually put in the end, right? But yeah, that's how it would normally look like on your script. Okay, so yeah, that's how you define a function, right? So basically, the reason why we have parentheses here is because when you're calling this function, you can pass what are called arguments, right? And then the function will receive them as parameters, right? And those parameters can be operated on inside of here, right? So since we have these 3 lines of text, these 3 lines of instructions right here, what we're gonna do now is gonna copy this and paste them inside the function, right? Let me indent them. And inside this function right here, we're gonna have a parameter called we have to make the name different than the original parameter, than the original variable. Sorry. So we're gonna have a parameter called target part, right? Target part. And we're gonna change everything here from part to target part, right? So what this is saying is that whenever this function is called, and if an argument is passed, right? Let's say we pass this part as the argument. Let's say we pass this part as the argument, right? This part will now be referred to as target part, and the same exact instructions will be operated on. So yeah. So now, to call the function, you just simply, type its name. So change part, and this is where you start to pass the arguments, okay? So we're gonna pass part 1 as an argument. No, we're gonna pass part as an argument, my bad. Right here. So if we were to reset the part back to normal, and let me name this part 2. To add a part inside of workspace, you just literally go up here and click part. That's what I'm doing. I'm not like really like, when I say I reset the part, I'm literally just clicking and like adding a new part in, and I just change the name, right? So yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna call the function and pass part as the argument. Okay. So now that we're passing part, it's gonna go up here, right? And then it's gonna be now referred to as target part, and then it's gonna do the exact same operations as we saw before, right? So if I did it, boom, as you can see, this part is now like this. And if we want to do the same thing for this part right here, part 2, we can call the function again instead of typing the entire instructions all over again, right? And this time, instead of passing part as the argument, we're going to pass part 2 like that. So now if I did it, boom, part 2 is also like that. See? And to show you guys how it works simultaneously with both parts at the exact same time, I'm going to have this part right here, Control D to duplicate this part, and then we're going to name the part parts 2, right? And then if I run it now, it's going to operate this set of instructions for both part 1, as you see right here, and part 2. Okay, so boom, as you see, boom, did it for both. So yeah, the next video on functions, I'm going to go more in depth about arguments, and I might make the second part after I make the loops tutorial, because that's where functions become really useful. But yeah.